I began my publishing career really as a journal writer. I have kept a journal of all of my children. As soon as I find out if it's a girl or boy, I would go to the bookstore and buy a journal, either with pink flowers or blue sailboats, and begin writing in it. And then I would bring it with me to the hospital and I have my baby and write a mother's first message to her child. And then I continue to record the cute and funny things that I would forget if I didn't write it down. And I have done that with all 5 of my children. My third child is named Bryn Marie Davis. And I had kept a journal of her where I was able to write the things that became very, very meaningful to me after she passed away from sudden infant death syndrome. I used that journal in a very therapeutic way. It wasn't really intentional, but I believe in God, and I know that this was his way of helping me through the grief of losing her, to have had that journal and to pick it up again and write everything I went through, what it was like finding her in her crib, the ambulance ride, everything that we went through. It was a hard period, but there was also a lot of blessings within it. Many months later, I picked up that journal again and I wrote all that I'd learned, because I really came to know that we can get through our hardest adversities, because I really had received so much support from friends and family, but very much from God. Even the timing, friends and family being there. When she passed away, my parents were only a couple hours away as they were visiting my grandparents and were immediately by my side, which was truly miraculous. I wrote in my journal to teach my children and posterity that they can get through hard things. Now, when you go through something hard and people see that you've done well, they come to you and ask for your advice. And so I had a lot of people that would come to me and say, "Oh, my sister lost a baby," or "My friend, what can I do to help them?" And in the course of time, what I had done is I had taken my journal writing and combined it with the pictures of my daughter when she was alive and even pictures from her funeral. And I put it together in something called a storybook, which maybe you've heard that term, but at the time I published this hardback, glossy, full color book with one of the very first companies to come up with that technology. So when people would come to me and ask what they could do to help their friend or their family member, I would print a copy of that book and give it to them and say, maybe there's something in my story that will help them. And I feel like in a way, because technology allows it, I feel like I discovered a new form of therapy for overcoming grief. And I say that because in the past, we would create scrapbooks and spend hundreds of dollars and hundreds of hours, and then we stick it in a fireproof safe to keep it safe, because there's a one of a kind. And in the new technology of being able to put pictures and stories together and print it and share it in a book that looks like you could have bought it at Barnes & Noble, well, that's something new. I really felt a powerful sense of purpose on the day that Bryn died, a very powerful sense. It's hard to explain, but I hope and I believe that what I've done since then, she would have just turned 22. So it's been that long since she passed away. And what I've done since then, I feel like has revealed that purpose. Back when I was working on this, what I discovered is it was so healing. I wanted to help other people heal in the same way. And so I put together a bereavement program that I called Storybooks for Healing. It's a workbook where you process the loss. And I'm not going to get into it except just to say that I was there to help people to write their stories and put them into a book and have them to heal from. Because there's something also about putting the memory of a loved one or just the memory of a trauma, an experience you've been through. When you put it in a book, you don't have to hold on to it because the book holds on to it. And so I started a company, Storybooks for Healing, and I felt like I was really on the path I was supposed to be on, working with people in bereavement. And down the road, I ended up changing the name to the Triumph Program and working with trauma as well, particularly with veterans and with the incarcerated. But back early on, I had a videographer who believed in what I was doing. And she took my book that I was just telling you about with the pictures and the stories, and she put it together with some music that was written by a woman named Kathleen May. She actually custom wrote this song for me that goes with the book. So I just wanted to kind of tell you a little bit about my journey and share with you that video where you get to see my book as the videographer was able to film the book pages being turned and listen to the music, the words of the song. I'm just here to tell you that when you write your stories and when you share them, when you preserve them, you make your stories live. And that's the theme of this video.
Twilight is gone and darkness has come, so sleep, my baby, sleep, my love. Your rest is deep, but I cannot yet sleep. I keep watch through your story. Sleep, my love. Long life was not to be, yet here you are with me, always close through your story.